Yeah, well, actually, a little bit of milk, maybe like 1 sugar as well, like one of those little sweeteners.
Oh yeah.
You put like a little sweetener. But the thing is, with sweeteners, you never know. You go for it, don't you? You don't realise that they're very, very small. Just one will do. A little goes a long way. That's what I learn in life. That's what I tell all the girl. Oh, we're live! Oh, yeah, we're live. Hi, guys. Sorry. Hi. Welcome to the... I'm joking. I meant to do that. Hello. Hi, Brianna. How's it going? Hey, Leah. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Emily. Hi, Amy Grimes. Alice Eddy. What's going on? Welcome to episode 2, series 2, episode 2 of the Poop Scoop. Byron, everyone's saying, Byron, where you at? Byron is currently, as he, he's apprentice still. He's not quite taken over my job yet as lead anchor. A day for that will come, but until then, he is still the tea boy, and he's currently making 2 cups of coffee because we're both tired. He's just woken up from a nap. You won't be able to tell from his hair or anything, but he's just woken up from a nap. I need a nap. So I've been up since the crack of dawn. Byron hasn't slept. Ellie says she's from Stevenage. Shout out to Stevenage. I love Stevenage. Is that all the milk we've got left?
Yeah, I think there's one other.
Oh, we ran out of milk. Hello from Hey Chile. How's it going? South America. Never been, but I'd love to go. Maybe that's where we should go. Oh, I don't know.
Brazil?
Byron and I are thinking next year of renting a car or like buying like a cheap car and just seeing how far we can drive it. We start off in London and to see how far we can drive before, well, obviously not before we run out of petrol because that won't last very long, but until we what's the aim to get to India?
Yeah,
To drive to India.
not break down would be my aim.
Yeah, we should get a car we know is not going to break down, like a really reliable car,
Yeah, like
a Mercedes.
I love how we both went like and then thought of reliable car and realized
Cheers, bro.
I know nothing.
Welcome, guys. I feel you're not really in it, Brian, because shift over a little bit.
I've been doing this. I should have this down by now.
Sorry, not Byron. Sorry,
Georgian.
So that's Georgian. He's still on work experience. It's week 2 of work experience for you.
It's been an interesting 2 weeks. Thank you, bro.
It's been an interesting 2 weeks, but it's also been a crazy week for news, and that's what we're here to explain. Where are you all watching from, by the way, and what time is it? Look at your hair. Try and guess which side of his head Byron slept on.
Hey.
I'll give you 2 guesses. I'll give you a clue.
So it's at the Bath.
So, no, she's from Bath.
Oh, she's from Bath.
She's from Bath. Hello. I might be coming back to Bath at some point very, very soon. I might bring Georgian with me. We might be heading back together to go and explore. Because apparently there's a lot of great news going down in Bath right now. Canada, 2 p.m. Wales, Spain, Dublin. Big day for Dublin next week and Ireland.
Oh yeah, of
when
course.
Conor McGregor and old Mayweather go head to head. Who's gonna win? I want to know from you guys. Actually, that's part of our sport thing coming up later on. But I'll ask you again now. Cause some of you may drop off. Some of you may join halfway through.
You're gonna remember, bro, because last time you told me to do the cricket and then you just sort of left the cricket.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
Bro, the sports section just crashed and burned.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't realise. Yeah, we will definitely talk about boxing. I promise. And maybe cricket. If we have time, we'll speak about the cricket.
Please.
Okay? If we have time, we'll speak about the cricket. Shout out to cricket. Shout out to Liverpool, Coventry, Ohio, Latvia. I've met you. I'm from Bath. Oh, sweet. Good to see you again. Kind of. It's spider season. It is right. It is spider season. And one thing I want to do about that, I've got a friend. We both have a friend called Grant. Little pink-haired Grant. He's absolutely like borderline like proper phobia. He's got a proper phobia of spiders, like a genuine phobia.
Full on.
I feel like some people say like, oh, I'm scared I've got a phobia of spiders. And I think, no, you haven't. Like, you're scared of them, but you haven't got a phobia. Grant has a genuine phobia.
Yeah. He told me that when he walks into lifts or like anything with 4 walls, he has to look at the corners of the room first to make sure there's no spiders watching him.
Really?
It's quite intense. And he says he can feel when they're around, he senses it.
So guys, how do you think I should do this whole thing with Grant and spiders? I want to do some sort of prank with Grant. Don't tell him. Grant, if you're watching, I'm not really going to do it, but we are. I'm going to somehow get you a big old spider.
That's it.
See what happens.
Find out if he has a strong heart.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be the way to do it. Forget your ECG tests and all that kind of thing.
Can you
just put a spider on there. How many sweeteners did you put in this tea?
1, I think. Why is it a bit sweet? The apprentice fails again.
Actually, that's a good point. Good discussion point. What do any of you have a genuine phobia or something that's quite weirder? Weirder? It's more weird than spiders. Obviously, spiders. I'm not excluding. Don't say spiders, snakes, heights.
None of the boring stuff.
Yeah. Any like weird phobias? Someone put Northampton. That's not. Is that a phobia? You got a phobia of Northampton? Earwigs. I'm not phobic, but I'm scared of earwigs. I have one like. Do you know what an earwig is? It's a little weird bug.
Cotton bud.
No. No. Someone said moles. Oh well, as in like the creature moles or the ones that I have all over my face. Because if so, we can't hang out. Someone's got a favourite of school assembly. Ear hair, moths, peas, lizards, mushrooms,
crisps,
Marks and Spencers. That's so random. Baked beans. I love baked beans. Someone put Voldemort. He should not be named. I'm guessing it's Voldemort, either Voldemort or Ollie. My mum. Oh, you have not got a favourite of your mum. Dogs, pigs, Tesco. See, I used to be scared of dogs growing up. I was genuinely scared of dogs. And people are always like, how can you be scared of dogs? You just can. If you've had bad experiences with them and stuff when you were younger.
Did you have a bad experience with a dog?
Yes, when I was younger.
If you said no.
Yeah. So in this country, I don't know if they have it now. I don't think they do. They used to have a thing called fox hunting, where there'd be a fox. People go out on horses with a load of hounds. These little hounds that would just run after and chase foxes for a field. I don't think they have it anymore. I think they banned it. I think they're trying to bring it back. I don't really know the ins and outs of it either way. But obviously I lived near a lot of farms. I used to walk home from school. So I'd walk home from school, and bear in mind I was like, I got 7, so I was tiny, like literally like tiny. And I was walking along, and all of a sudden I walked past this farm. The gate was open, and I reckon about 30 hounds rushed out the gate and jumped on me. And I was tiny, like straight down. I hit the deck. I hit my head on the concrete. I was just getting like, but they were just licking me. They were like excited to see me kind of thing. But I was, my mum was like weighed in for all these little puppies just and grabbed me out of this. Oh, I wish I filmed it.
That's the dream, bro.
Didn't have cameras back then, though.
That's the dream.
I know.
Do you have a phobia of blue dogs?
Oh. Well, we're about to find out. That was a beautiful segue,
That's
Byron. You've redeemed yourself.
I've had
you have well and truly redeemed yourself from the
about
coffee.
2 weeks, that was my best work, I think, bro.
So guys, the reason why this video is called this video, and our first story, our headline of the day of some weird, if you didn't know what happens on these live shows, we collect some stories throughout the week of weird things that we see through the headlines. Weird and wonderful. That's what it's all about. Only weird and wonderful. And the first headline is blue dogs, how and why. Dogs are one of the most loved animals on the planet. That's a fact. I think it goes dogs, then cats, then dolphins. I don't know, just putting it out there.
Yeah, I don't know about the dolphins so much. I'm not a biggest fan.
Maybe chameleons.
Ah.
Have you seen that picture of like, apparently you can put anything in a chameleon's hand and it will grip onto it and hold it. So someone's got a chameleon and given it like a mini sword and a mini axe and dressed up as Game of Thrones characters. How great is that?
It will grip onto it.
So, anyway, but even this can't stop them from feeling blue. Oh, all the blue hearts that are coming in from Glasgow and Scotland. Shout out to Glasgow. Because some of them are now actually, you can now actually get blue dogs, like genuinely the colour blue. Don't believe me? Listen to this. This isn't a call for attention, however. It's down to the dogs swimming in a polluted section of the river Navi in Mumbai.
What?
It's suspected that blue dye in the water is the cause for the blue fur, and how the dye got into the water is being investigated. So basically, in Navi in Mumbai, someone's dumped a load of blue food colouring or just blue dye into the water. And obviously dogs are jumping into the water as they would. You know, it's hot in India, right? It's quite humid. They're jumping in, they're coming out, they're turning blue. There's genuinely blue. I've got a picture, look, I'll show you. There's genuinely blue dogs. Look. Check that out. Oh, you can't, because I have to get like at a certain angle. See that?
It's pretty, you can see that's blue dog.
It's a blue freaking dog, a genuine blue dog. Someone's got a fear of crumbs. Poor doggy.
See, that dogs don't even care. That dog looks completely unfazed.
He does look pretty unfazed.
Can you imagine a cat was dyed blue?
But can you imagine a cat even getting in water in the first? I think cats don't like swimming, do they? They hate it.
Too sassy.
They are. But anyway, yes. The first story is about blue dogs. There's currently, if you're planning a holiday to India anytime soon, go check out the blue dogs. I don't think it's a tourist attraction. It's actually probably quite bad.
Yeah,
it's probably not good for them.
If anything, tourism numbers are plummeting in Dubai.
The dog does look in good shape though. Byron, do you want to read this next one?
Oh gosh.
It's a good one. We're staying animal related. I feel like you guys love the animal stories, so here we go.
Tortoise owner saves pet's life by giving mouth to mouth. Just try and imagine that in your head for a second.
I've
Someone
never tried to
giving
get with the tortoise.
the beak of a tortoise mouth to
I
mouth.
feel like they'd 100% just bite your lip. They go for anything fleshy, you know?
I love the first sentence of this news as well. John Frieda is a man. That's the first sentence.
John Frieda is a man.
A man with a tortoise.
A man with a tortoise.
One day, John looked into his pond and spotted his 45-year-old tortoise Frieda sitting at the bottom of it looking limp. 45 years old, that's a solid tortoise.
Now that's early for a...
They go to like hundreds, don't they?
They live in the hundreds, yeah. So that's still a teenager. That's a teenage tortoise.
You saved this thing in the prime of its life, clearly.
Yeah.
John burst into action stations and got Frieda out. He immediately started performing CPR on her, and after a little bit of water came out her mouth, he persisted.
What?
Good on you for persisting, bro. After a solid hour of resuscitation, she started gasping and opened her eyes.
No.
The rescue seems to have completely worked as well, John said. Today, she's eaten a quarter of a tomato and 2 lettuce leaves, so I don't think she's got brain damage.
That's exactly the same as what I ate today. That's all I've eaten today, I swear.
Do you have brain damage?
No, not at all.
Exactly. No.
I'm completely fine. Have you watched any of my videos?
Doesn't matter. So.
Mental. And if you want to see a picture of John and what was her name again?
Who is a man?
Who is a man? And his beloved. Oh, I've just pressed a button. No,
Oh, you're shutting down.
I've done it again. I've lost the news stories. Come back. Ah, there we go. If you want to see John and his tortoise, there they are.
Well played.
If you know John, and he lives in your local area, tell him. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
Everyone go and tell him that.
But tell him that he made almost headline story on Poop Scoop episode 2, series 2.
You made it so close, bro.
I've forgotten something. I didn't do the tweet. I didn't tweet out the link to the Facebookers. I've done it on Twitter, but it's not on the to the Facebookers. Facebook group.
I think it's tradition that the links get sent out late, or just barely.
I don't. Ooh. Okay, I need to get it from here. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. In the meantime, stare at my apprentice, Georgian's face. Byron. Everyone types it as Byron. Shout out to Bosnia. Was it? No, there's a country. There's Hertz and something. I can't remember. There's a country that I've never had. I don't think I've ever had viewers from there before.
Someone asked how the phone screen was.
Phone screen is doing all right today. We're doing okay today with the phone screen.
It's been pretty responsive.
Someone said, "What happened to Thatcher Joe Games?" Thatcher Go James. That's literally what I call it all the time. Thatcher Go James is on a break. I'm waiting for the new Uncharted game to come out. I'm waiting for some good games to come out at the moment. There's not a lot of good games. I could just play anything, but I kind of want to play some good quality games. You know.
I think we grew up in such a good era of games that it's just hard to top. You have to wait for good things to come out.
Oh, definitely. There's a game that I really want to play with my sister called Toe Jam. You ever played Toe Jam and Earl?
No.
Oh, we're going to play 100%. Oh my god, we're going to play that today.
Toe Jam.
You're going to love it. It's such a chilled out, it's such a fun game though. You'll really enjoy it.
I'm keen.
Anyway, shout out to Poland. I'll play Yarn. Yeah, I should. Oh my god, I'll do more Yarn. The thing is, Yarn costs money as well. I pay monthly for that game. Which I keep forgetting about. I must cancel it. I'm still paying for it. How's the finger from the ring? The ring finger is recovering very nicely. Look, you can almost not tell. It's like I'm swearing at you, but I'm not. Isn't it? If I go to that from distance, someone would genuinely think I'm flipping them off.
I'm getting very confused, bro. I'm getting 2 angles of that as well.
Yeah. But there you go. It's not actually as crusty and weird anymore, so it's all right. Anyway, moving on to body parts. This next story. Someone's got a phobia of buttholes. Well, it's a good job you can't see your own, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Right. This next story, speaking of buttholes and the lower end of your body, this next story is quite scary to think about. Very close to the heart. Be careful downstairs. I'm not talking about in your house, but also just be careful everywhere. But research, right? It saves lives. Thank you very much, Owen, for the donation. It saves lives and helps us find the most amazing solutions to the biggest questions faced by humanity, obviously. And it sometimes tells you that 25% of people hurt themselves whilst grooming downstairs.
Ooh.
Can you imagine that? Have you ever groomed your downstairs region?
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, imagine you out and just like, it's like Jumanji down there, bro.
What do you think I'm sitting on? Really?
Yes. Get an extra inch of height, it's like arse hair. So, new research has indeed shown that we are not careful enough with razors, scissors, and waxing, right? Over a quarter of people questioned said they'd hurt themselves somehow, some way, and 1 in 3 of those people have hurt themselves over 5 times. Have you ever hurt yourself whilst grooming your downstairs region?
Before I answer that question, razors, scissors, and waxing are alone very hard things to use.
Yeah.
I mean, one wrong move with the razor and you're going to be bleeding regardless.
You could cut your whole inch of your life off.
100%, bro. So to answer your question, yes. I think it's quite a normal thing to do, and I've done it. So
I can also I can vouch for him. I can't. I wasn't there. But I myself have also had a but I had it with it was like electric. I used like an electric. I mean, I don't want to go in the ins and outs of it. But it's like
what's your technique, bro?
What I do is I start on the out. I work my way in. I carve my name first. I write my name. Or someone if I know I'm going to meet someone that night, I'm going out on a date, I'll usually write her name in there. Yeah.
The whole name.
It just adds, it means you've thought of them beforehand.
It's a really long name.
Yeah.
Like Elizabeth Jane.
Oh, then I just I'd give up. I use a Sharpie. So it's like what they're talking about. We don't actually know ourselves. A big part of this show is not actually understanding what we talk about ourselves.
Yeah, pretty much.
Someone said they got a phobia of Casper. So do I. I genuinely have a phobia of Casper Lee. He's terrifying. Shout out to Lithuania and Virginia Beach. Unless that's the name of a grooming ritual. I went for the Virginia Beach this week. The survey numbers could even be higher apparently. As with more, well, of course they probably are higher. I think I've never told anyone.
7.5 billion people in the world. They could definitely.
As with the more embarrassing questions, it's always likely people won't tell the complete truth. That's very true. Do any of you have any embarrassing questions that you've been asked that you didn't answer but you wish you did? Let me know in the comment section below. Is there anything you want to share with us right now? Anything you want to get off your chest? It's pretty anonymous, kind of. I mean, it shows your username. Just a shout out there.
Email address.
Emma Barrett has come to the shop. Oh yeah, midway through the news broadcast plug right now. If you didn't know, today on my vlog channel I announced the the Creator Store is taking over a pop-up shop in Covent Garden in London on Wednesday through to the following Sunday. I think it's the following Sunday. I'm not too sure about the dates. I can't remember. Yeah. We've made Sug Life and Pointless Blog like joint merchandise, exclusive for a period of time. And yeah, so if you want to come over in those 10 days, I'm going to be here. Byron's going to be there. We'll be there in our staff outfits. Actually, behind the tills a lot of the point, making sales.
To be an apprentice outside of the conscripts of the news report.
Exactly. It's nice to get out of the newsroom every now and then.
It's just going to be.
Exactly. So and I've always wanted to be a shopkeeper at some point. I want to know what it's like to work a 9-to-5 shop job. Because the only person I know, have you ever worked in a shop, like a clothes shop?
No.
So believe it or not, Ollie White actually had another job before YouTube. He was a retail. He did retail. He worked in Fat Face, a clothes shop. Yeah. Man. So I'm going to ask him before I go in to sort of say, Ollie, what's it like? I think he used to work Saturdays and work for like 3 weeks. But that's 3 Saturdays,
Counts.
Will cardboard cutout Ollie be in the shop? That's a good point. But I've got some bad news about cardboard cutout Ollie. I don't know who it was. Someone once came back to my house and decapitated cardboard cutout Ollie.
It wasn't me, bro.
And it was before you even arrived, Byron. I would never even think about putting the blame on you.
Or had I arrived?
That's one of the reasons why we've got Father Abraham at the moment.
Yeah.
So much involved in it because Ollie's pretty much out of it now. His head's still hanging on. He's like nearly headless. We have to rename him to nearly headless Ollie.
Yeah,
that's what he's called. Nearly headless Ollie.
Everywhere.
Yeah, like the ghost. Just lingering in the corner.
Now having a decapitated cardboard cutout, it could be anyone. We could change it day to day. Just stick different heads on there.
Exactly. Whoever we miss. Like if I ever have a day where I'm like, I miss Casper, I can just put Casper's face on there.
Get him next to Father Abe.
Yeah, perfect.
Flipping family dinner going on.
I know. We're always looking out for more roommates as well. We're trying to build our own version of like a sort of YouTube super house group. So we've obviously got Georgian, our fellow news reporter. We've got nearly headless Ollie. We've got Father Abraham, And according to Alfie, we're going to have a new arrival soon, a scaly chameleon form, potentially.
That will hold on to anything you give it.
Which will hold on to mini swords, so I can play Game of Thrones with
it's
lizards.
gonna be so good.
Cannot wait. I don't know if that actually happened. I've got to make sure I look after a plant first, which I have done. It survived a week. That's not that one, but it's the other side. It survived very well.
It's doing well.
The thing is, with people always think, Joe, you can never look after a dog or a pet. I could. It's just the thing is, I always make it out like I couldn't. In videos, I'm always like, oh, I'm useless. In real life, I actually would be able to. I actually will be able to look after.
You're pretty on it, bro. You're probably the most grown-up, mature person I've met this year.
Do you think? See, that's the thing. But I like for the videos and stuff. I go through phases where I can switch it on and off. Like half of me is still a child. Half of me is like, Joe, you are 25. You probably should start doing more grown-up stuff.
Can't say I've ever been shopping for pot plants before, and we did that.
Is that we've been pot plant shopping twice. Someone said earlier on, sorry I missed your comment. It said, will you be selling the joint merchandise online as well as in the shop? I haven't got the official answer to that, but I'm pretty sure we will be. I don't want to say, don't take my word for it just yet, because I might be wrong. But the last thing I heard was we might be. I think. Best person to ask for that is Alfie. I'm not too sure, but I hope so. I really hope we do. I think we will at some point. I think. Someone said, am I a low ganger or a Jake Pauler? I'm both. I think they're both great. I'm a low gauler. I'm a Jake Panger. No, I'm a Jake. I'm a Jake ganger. I'm a low Pauler and a Jake ganger.
There we go.
I'm all of them.
Got them down. Those are two new groups you just started back then.
I'm a low gang's Pauler.
Just how creative you are.
Pull my low gang. Go on, I dare you. Go on, give it a good pull. Someone said fix my glasses. Oh yeah, they are slightly off my face, aren't they? It's because my eyebrows are different heights. Is that better?
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably go on to the next story. This one is an interesting one. It's got a video attached to it, but I don't know if we can play it. I'm going to try and find it on here, actually. So we can watch and react to it. But then we'll let you guys find it yourselves after this video. And everyone open up a new tab right now. Actually, if you're watching right now, everyone open up a new tab on whatever you're on. Keep this going if you're on a PC or laptop or whatever. But open up a new tab and go on YouTube and type in... I'm guessing... okay, I'll type it in now. You start reading it, Byron, now.
Right. Well, first of all, I think this needs a bit of a disclaimer with it. Do you remember watching like WWE and it would say, don't try this at home?
Yeah.
And it would just end there.
Yeah.
This headline says, don't play with bear traps unless you want to go viral. It just sounds like an invitation to play with all the bear traps you can find on the floor. This week's video went viral of a man trying to punch a bear trap quickly enough so that he didn't get caught. The video was originally posted in 2015, but thanks to the wonder of the internet, it's just started to go a bit viral. And now you can watch the link if you want.
We're going to watch it now and react to it. This man punched a bear trap. Here we go. I would not do this. No chance. Even if I was Bruce Lee, I wouldn't do it.
They can... Something's connected to his arm.
This is 3 years ago.
Why is he wearing
Why would you do
safety?
this? It's not worth the views.
He's got safety things over his ears.
Oh, imagine you did it. And afterwards, I was like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry I didn't hit record.
Why is he wearing safety?
He's never going to do it in time.
Well, his friends are telling him not to do it.
Oh, wait.
Should we skip to the meat?
Yeah, we're gonna skip to the bit further on.
He took his safety earmuffs off, that's good.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's putting them back on. What is he doing? Listening to music.
Oh my god, is he gonna do it? No, not one.
Yeah, he's gonna do two. Oh, two. Do it.
No!
Do it. Oh!
Why would you do that?
Didn't even attempt to pull away. What? Oh no.
That would just break you. That would break your hand. Surely that would break your hand. It's got like pincers on it as well.
Sparks going through his wrist.
Just why?
Why did he not pull away at all? Oh. After consulting with a number of health and safety professionals, it turns out playing with bear traps was largely a bad idea. Did you have to consult with health and safety to realize that when your hand was bleeding?
No idea, bro.
Fail.
The world. Welcome to the world, guys. Where people punch. People would think. People think it's great to punch bear traps. One thing we've learned from this is don't punch bear traps. Still, don't kick squirrels. And what was the other one?
Don't burp goats.
Don't burp goats. Don't make out your cousin. And don't punch bear traps.
This list is getting long.
I know.
A few weeks it's going to be like, if you remember all of them every week.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. Your memory is increasing.
So,
dramatically.
If you thought that was weird, the next one's a little bit weirder. Duck wearing tie pulled over by police. It got weirder, Byron. It got weirder. Barry Heyman was driving around Devon as usual. This is such a Devon story as well, I feel like. This is such a Devon story. Minding his own business when he was pulled over by the police. As he approached, they found Barry's duck in the passenger seat wearing a tie. No law was being broken, so Barry and Star, I'm guessing that's the dog or the duck's name, were sent on their way after police took some photos for Twitter. Star has actually been in the news before for getting into a fight with a dog in a local pub. It turns out a well-dressed duck is the best way to get column inches, as in like news stories.
That is classic.
That is brilliant.
I love how they say no laws were.
No laws broken. They must have been driving past and being like, Here, PC Dave, did you see that? They played duck and he's wearing a tie. Let me show you the picture, guys.
Oh, it's brilliant.
There it is. A duck wearing a tie.
And yet another happy dog.
I'm going to, 100%, if I ever get a chameleon or a pet, I'm going to get a tie. Yeah. It makes it look smarter. It makes it like me, isn't it?
I think that dog could do with a bit of a swim in the Mumbai River. Could do with a bit of a blue tinge to him, bro.
Yeah, get him in the Mumbai River for a blue tint.
Oh, so this next one's about Joe's finger. He managed to make the what rhymes with GBD news.
Oh no.
For his ring. Woman loses diamond wedding ring and finds it years later on a carrot. 94-year-old. What?
As you do.
Oh, it's crazy.
Wait, this could be a story about. This could be about my nan. I'm pretty sure my nan is 94.
84.
Oh, 84. My nan's 94. But she also lost one of her rings in her garden. And I'm guessing this is how this has happened.
I didn't think it was actually in the garden. In my mind, she had dropped it in her fridge and then just left it there for years.
In the veg tray in a fridge.
And it somehow got its way around there. 84-year-old Canadian Mary Grams lost her diamond wedding ring back in 2004 and had to sadly accept that she would probably never see it again. Back in 2004, that's a long time to wait for your ring back.
That was when I was in year 8 at school.
Wreck. The ring was lost whilst gardening, and after a thorough look, it turned up no results. Before that, the ring had been on her hand for over 50 years.
That's like my ring fell like that. Shout out to France.
The gardening incident of 2004 wasn't the last time Mary would see the ring, however. Her daughter-in-law had been digging up carrots for dinner from the vegetable patch and came across something pretty incredible. The lost wedding ring had a carrot growing inside it. They carefully cut the ring out and it slipped back on with ease. And I really hope that they dished that carrot up for dinner.
Oh, they must have done, yeah. It would have had real like metally taste to it. But there you go. Look, it's like properly the carrot's grown around the ring. Like it's grown through the ring.
Pretty intense.
You would have had to have dropped the ring and it must have landed on like a baby carrot and it just continued to grow. Do you know what I mean? Like how would that happen?
From 2004? Do you think it may have been in the... No.
I don't know. It must have been in the ground even. Who knows? I would love to have known.
Imagine the story that ring can tell over the last 13 years.
It's like a root vegetable version of Lord of the Rings. Like we must find the ring. It's grown like a carrot. Gandalf's finger.
That carrot has been surrounded by Nazguls for 13 years because it can't get
the ring racer like searching around for the ring, sniffing around for it in the undergrowth, and they find it on a carrot. Or Samwise Gamgee. Oh, I bloody had that carrot.
J.R. Tolkien just missed a huge opportunity with that carrot.
What a plot twist that could have been.
No one would suspect a thing.
Right. Okay. And our last story of the evening before we get to the sport and the weather. Someone said, "Oh, Byron's laugh is so cute."
Oh.
You got a cute laugh. It's not Byron. It's Georgian. Shout out to Kazakhstan. Shout out to Kazakhstan and Scotland. Someone loves Tyron. Your big toe, Bedfordshire. Shout out Libby. Shout out Libby. What's going on? Why is Byron not wearing a suit? He is. He's wearing one better than a suit. He's wearing. He's rocking Sug Life merch right there. I don't really wear that one too much, so I feel like it doesn't suit me. It doesn't go with my favorite suit. Yeah, it's good.
It's a winner.
Anyway, last story before we let you get on with your Friday afternoons. Man's flight gets cancelled. Buys a lottery ticket. Ooh. Whilst he's waiting. And he wins! Hey! It reminds me of that video. That Irish video is like, I went to a bar. The bar was closed. There's another one down the road. Hey! I'm just making these up, but there's an actual video of the guy doing that. It's so good.
Yeah, it's classic.
So anyway, the story. This is the story that a man named Paul, they always have such hard surnames.
Yeah, good luck.
Kravich.
You did pretty well.
Had his flight cancelled. So bought himself a lottery ticket on the way home instead of flying on a business trip.
Hey.
The next morning, his son texted him to say a winning lottery ticket had been bought at their local store. So Paul checked his ticket, and it was the $1 million jackpot. So it must have been in America. The $1 million jackpot. So by him missing his flight and buying on the way home buying a lottery ticket, that's the pinnacle of karma.
Yeah,
like,
that's great.
He's what a saint. One of the few times someone's thankful that their flight was cancelled. As well as paying off his mortgage, Paul decided to give his wife a gift. It wasn't a carrot ring, was it? He bought a ring off an old lady who had a carrot in her hand. I've always told my wife if I win the lottery, she can retire, he said. She's been a teacher for 28 years, but next year is our last year of teaching.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're at school right now and your teacher said, "Oh, by the way, guys, I'm leaving next year," you wanna get in with her because she might be quite wealthy.
Who thinks to buy a lottery ticket? Oh, I missed my flight. Let me go buy a lottery ticket.
Some people, I know people like that. Some people will be like, if something really unlucky happens, if they get like shat on by a seagull or a bird poos on them out in this country, it's seen as like a thing of good luck. Like you've got to go and do something like buy a lottery ticket.
What?
Yeah, the chance of winning is higher. Obviously, it's probably not statistically
My brain
right.
is thinking at 100 thoughts a second.
Oh my god! Someone said it's a 10-carat ring. I'm giving you 50 poop scoop points for that.
We missed that opportunity.
Why has no news story people done that yet? I'm sure they have, but we missed a trick there, Georgian. We should jump on that next time. Anyway,
Congrats,
so there we
that
go.
was a goodie.
If you won $1 million on the lottery, what would you spend it on? Let me know in the comment section below. Whilst we head to the sports section.
This time we remember. And it's a McGregor MMA fighter. Conor McGregor has been all up in the news.
Someone said llamas. Someone said dogs. My dream house. Sug Life merch.
$1 million.
Someone said boobs. Well, you know.
$1 million worth of Sug Life merch and boobs.
Someone said there's a huge trampoline. Someone said there's a seagull outside my window. Well, try and let it poo on you. Trust me, and then go and buy a lottery ticket. You might win the lottery. Someone said a goat. Someone said they'd rent Byron.
Oh.
We'll tell him. Obviously, this isn't Byron. This is Georgian. His identical twin brother. Byron's in the other room asleep right now. Someone said they'd buy it on a belly button, poo, my face. Username Evie Trilogy, Messi or Ronaldo. I don't know
which of these trilogies going for?
I don't know. And plus, if you can pick up Messi or Ronaldo for $1 million, then you've got some great negotiation skills. I'll tell you that. I'll spend it on my mum. Oh, that's nice. That's cute. Clear my mortgage and bills. Smart. I think that's what I would do too. Whip it puppies. Conor Maynard. Trust me, you don't want to buy Conor Maynard. He's like a Tasmanian devil. He will go into a house and he will leave and it'll be an absolute tip. But he's a great singer. He would lull you to sleep every night. Anyway, Byron, sports. It's Byron's favourite it's Georgian's favourite section.
Woo! MMA fighter Conor McGregor has been all up in the news recently. Enjoy that. Due to his upcoming fight with Floyd Mayweather. If you didn't know that, well then, where the heck have you been?
Where have you been?
You've been carrot.
Someone said butt cork. Someone buy a butt cork. Solid gold butt cork.
Due to McGregor's increasing fame, the National Wax Museum has unveiled a waxwork of the guy, and it's left people pretty divided online. That does not really look.
It doesn't really look like him, does it?
Most of McGregor's fans aren't super impressed with it, and it's caused a little bit of a storm on Twitter. This is the only picture we've got of the waxwork, and from this angle, it looks a bit like someone stuck a beard onto a teapot. But maybe in person,
I don't know. It's not as bad as I thought. I mean, I've seen worse. Show the audience and see what they think.
Anything about these wax sculptures that people do is wrinkles and blemishes and stuff that kind of make. Oh no.
Is it gonna go? Get a bit closer, maybe.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
What do you guys think? Press 1 if you think that's quite good and looks like Conor McGregor, and press 2 if you think that's not a good job and doesn't look like Conor McGregor. Yeah. Let's see. 1 for yes, it's good. 2 for no, it's not good.
I'm gonna give it 2.
I'm gonna give it. I think it's not bad, but I think they should have done it with him topless, with the tattoos on and the gloves on and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like not in a suit.
He looks like he's about to sing.
The body looks wrong. The head's not too bad. I think the body's wrong.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of 2s. Caroline is giving a 2. Ellie's giving a 2. A lot of 1.5s. Whereas Father Abraham, we don't actually know. He's currently lost somewhere in the house.
He's passed out somewhere in a ditch, I'd guess, bro.
I'm going to be vlogging next week, and he's going to be in a lot of the vlogs next week. We're going to try and... the first vlog of the week is to try and find him and figure out what's going on.
Good take.
Felix Clark gave it a 2. Gemma's Vlogs, a 7. I don't know what that means, Gemma, but good on you. We're getting lots of different numbers. 23, 7. Oh, man. Ashley gives it a 2. Dazia gives it a 1. Erin Clark, 2. Everyone's called surnames Clark. Can't believe it. Oh, there we go. Karina gets it at 69. There's always 1. Oh, and Game Stand 5. Game Stand 5. Manny plays. All the gamers are giving it a 69. You wish you'd give Conor Gregor a 69, I tell you. Can you imagine? I don't want to imagine. No thanks.
Please.
And anyway, lastly, that brings us on to our favourite segment, the weather. Byron.
Oh, I do believe that is me, bro.
I mean, weatherman Georgian. What's the weather saying?
Oh, right. We are in for a fantastic evening tonight.
Really?
I can't say my predictions for tomorrow are great, considering that's the only image I have.
So,
if you have any other info.
So what are you saying? What's the weather like?
Well, it's pretty sweet, guys. I mean, it's partly cloudy. There's a couple dark clouds around, but I think we're going to be in for a pretty solid weekend.
It's got a little bit... Do you know what? The weather today's been on and off. We've had thunderstorms, we've had just rain, and we've had sunshine, and now it's like... It looks cold. I'm not going to lie, it looks quite cold.
Yeah.
It's like someone's taking a picture
No, this Sug Life hoodie on.
Oh, nice, yes! That's why they pay the big bucks, Georgian. Yeah, I mean, it looks like someone's taking a picture of the outside and put the cold filter on Instagram, you know? It looks quite chilly. Oh, and there's a police. We better end this live show. Guys, start submitting your names, give you some shout-outs. Thanks to Georgian, my co-anchor, for another great week of news.
Hey, it has been.
It's been good. It's been good.
Blue dog to tortoises to carrots.
Yeah. Have a conversation down in the comment section below. Tweet me your thoughts on the live show, your favourite stories of the week, anything you want to discuss. Let's have a little chat about it. What about the traffic report? Helen James says, what about the traffic report?
Well, you mentioned there's police out
pretty
there.
chill. I mean, there's police knocking about. Yeah, there's police knocking about, but they're getting through the traffic pretty easy. It's pretty good in London. So if you want to leave your place of work now, or wherever you want to come to London, it's looking good. It's looking clear.
Make sure you're in a police car.
Yeah, make sure you're in a police car.
Traffic is just, yeah.
Shout out to Mauritius, Megan, Alex, Gabby, Freya, Tanisha, Paige, Logan Bond, Nida, Jasmine, Darissa, Aza, Emil, and R.I.P. Brucey, of course. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like to talk about sad and negative news on this. I want to keep it like fun and lighthearted because there's enough horrible news out there already. But of course, an absolute legend. Do you know Bruce Forsyth?
Oh yeah, for sure.
He died today.
Wasn't he?
No, he wasn't an athlete. Don't worry. Georgian is still new. He's still new to this. You're thinking of Bruce Jenner.
Bruce Jenner?
He used to be an athlete, I think.
Isn't it?
That was Kylie Jenner. Yeah, that's Kylie Jenner's
dad.
Yeah, but
oh god.
Bruce Forsyth was a comedian, not comedian. He was an entertainer. Saturday night, like one of the main entertainers, like in British history. He's like one of the big ones. Like he was even like friends with like Sammy Davis Jr. and like you've typed in Bruce Forsyth.
Because I think. There he is, Bruce Fordyce, the South African marathon runner. So
there's a Bruce Forsyth and also a Bruce Fordyce.
There we go.
That's confusing. Okay, is he still good?
This guy's insane.
Yeah, he's still alive.
He runs this marathon that's 100 kilometers long, and he's pretty old, and he's done it like 30 times.
He's got the same length neck as me, a very long neck.
So back to the
side. Maybe we can talk about him in the next sports section.
Oh, there we go.
But anyway, yeah. So Bruce Forsyth unfortunately passed away today. A big inspiration of mine actually in terms of like entertaining and like all round. Like if I could ever be anything like that, that'd be insane. But yeah. So R.I.P. to Bruce Forsyth. If you don't know who that is, look him up. Watch some of his stuff throughout the ages, and you'll see why it's such a big loss for the UK right now, and actually a lot of the world. I think he was an all-round entertainer. But anyway. Brooke R, Liv, Chloe and she left it as Chloe and unless that's her surname, we will never know. She's literally mugged one of her mates off.
So confusing.
Her mate's like, please say my name too, please say my name too. Okay, Chloe and then she has to press enter and she got the shout out and left her mate. Amy, Lisa, Rachel, Tabby, Dominic, Byron, another Byron,
hey.
Megan, Emma, Kennedy, Lee, Margianda, Juliet, Dinah, Alison, Poppy, and Hannah and Harrison and Ali and Maisie and Steffi and Melissa and Molly and Simone. Thank you so much for watching this live show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, thumbs up, share it with your mates, spread the word about the hottest new news show on
this side
on this channel, probably. And a little voice wobble as well. I feel like a teenager. Channel. Cheers, guys. See you next week with another episode of The Pope Scope. Goodbye. Also, quick last plug. If you haven't, I'm doing a book tour.
You look shocked, bro.
I forgot about it. I need to mention it. I'm doing a book tour. If you want to get tickets to come and see me and get a book signed and take pictures and all that kind of thing, I'm doing Brighton, Edinburgh, Bristol and Liverpool. So if you live anywhere near those areas and you want to come along, look into my vlog. Thank you so much, Teresa Owens. Watch the vlog that I just put up before this one, and also my last main channel video, and you can get yourself your tickets to come and see me in person if you want. I mean, I'm not as great in person as I am. I'm a bit of like, the camera does wonders. You can do filters and everything, it's great. Also, Hello World. I mentioned this in the vlog as well, and I've also mentioned it in this week's video that's going up on Sunday. Hello World is going to be great. More people announced. Tyler Oakley's going. We've got Ollie White going, so you know it's going to be good if Ollie's going. And I don't know if I can give away too much, but I'm going to try... we're going to make it, like, basically one of the videos series that I do on my channel, I'm going to make it huge, like a big old version, hopefully, on stage. And I'm doing lots of different bits and bobs throughout the whole thing. Doing a bit of hosting as well, and it's going to be great. Isn't that right, Ruby King? I just saw you said, please do a shout out. Ruby King, shout out to you. Anything else? That's it. And then obviously, hopefully I'll see a lot of you next Wednesday at the pop-up shop in Covent Garden. It's going to be mad, hopefully. We're there for like 10 days, so no rush. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to all come on that first day, because I can imagine that first day's going to be pretty manic.
Watch, no one's going to come on.
Yeah, I know, can you imagine? So space it out, you know. Don't adjust your time for us. We will make time for you, all right? We'll be there throughout the 10 days, on and off, here and there.
You'll be a great store owner, bro.
Yeah. Just rock on down when you want, you know. It's pretty chill.
I lasted longer than 3 weeks with you as a boss, I reckon. Yeah. Just rock up when you want, Ali.
Yeah, just do whatever you want, you know. You don't have to do any of this stuff, but it's great if you do. I don't want to ever make you do stuff, you know. It's your own choice. Anyway, see you next week. All the best. Take care. Goodbye. Signing out. Where's... Good, that's good. Keep going. Keep going. That's good. Nice.
Bass.